Ever found yourself staring at your phone, willing those digital numbers to magically transform into tangible cash in your hand? You're not alone. We live in a world of instant everything, instant messages, instant downloads, even instant noodles. So, it's only natural to wonder, in this age of speed and convenience, how long should it actually take to withdraw your own money easily? Think about it. You work hard for your earnings. You manage your budget, save diligently, and finally, you need a bit of that hard-earned cash. Maybe it's for a spontaneous treat, a last-minute gift, or simply because physical currency still holds a certain necessity. The expectation is often seamless, instant access. But the reality can sometimes feel, well, less instant. We've all been there, haven't we? The slight hesitation as you tap withdraw, the brief moment of anticipation, and then, the waiting game. Sometimes it's a blink and you miss it transaction. Other times, it feels like an eternity. This seemingly simple act of getting your hands on your own funds can be surprisingly varied in its execution. So, what's the deal? Why isn't every withdrawal a lightning-fast process? And more importantly, what are the factors that influence how long it easily takes to withdraw your money? That's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to explore the different avenues for withdrawing your funds, dissect the typical timelines involved, and uncover the potential roadblocks that can turn a quick cash grab into a frustrating delay. Let's start with the most common method for many, the good old automated teller machine, or ATM. For everyday withdrawals from your primary bank account, using your debit card at an ATM belonging to your bank is often the quickest and most straightforward option. In most cases, once you've inserted your card, entered your PIN, and selected the withdrawal amount, the machine should dispense your cash within seconds. It's the expectation we've all come to rely on. However, even with ATMs, things aren't always instantaneous. Network connectivity issues can sometimes cause delays. If the ATM is experiencing a technical glitch, it might take longer to process the transaction or, in unfortunate cases, even result in a temporary hold on your funds. Furthermore, withdrawing from an ATM that belongs to a different bank can sometimes introduce a slight delay, although this is usually still within a few minutes. You might also encounter daily withdrawal limits set by your bank, which, while not impacting the speed of a single transaction, could affect how quickly you can access larger sums. Moving beyond ATMs, let's consider online and mobile banking transfers to external accounts. This is a common way to send money to friends, family, or even pay for goods and services. While the initiation of the transfer is usually instant on your end, the time it takes for the recipient to actually receive the funds can vary. For transfers within the same bank, the process is often swift, with funds appearing in the recipient's account within minutes, if not instantly. However, when transferring money between different banks, the process typically involves clearinghouses and intermediary institutions. This can introduce a delay, often ranging from a few hours to the next business day, depending on the banks involved, the time of day the transfer is initiated, and whether it falls on a weekend or a public holiday. Real-time payment systems are becoming increasingly prevalent, aiming to bridge this gap and offer near-instant interbank transfers, but their adoption and the specific banks participating can still vary. Then there are digital payment platforms and e-wallets. These have become incredibly popular for their convenience and speed. Withdrawing funds from these platforms to your bank account can have varying timelines. Some platforms offer instant withdrawals for a small fee, while standard withdrawals might take anywhere from a few hours to a couple of business days. The processing times can depend on the platform's policies, the verification status of your account, and the volume of transactions they are currently handling. Let's not forget about physical checks. While less common in everyday transactions now, they are still used in certain situations. Depositing a check doesn't equate to instant access to funds. Banks typically place a hold on deposited checks to allow time for verification with the issuing bank. The length of this hold can vary significantly based on factors like your account history, the amount of the check, and the issuing bank. It can range from one business day to several business days, and in some cases, even longer. Furthermore, the ease and speed of withdrawing money can be significantly impacted by the geographical location and the specific financial infrastructure of a country. In developed economies with robust banking systems and widespread adoption of digital payment technologies, withdrawals are generally faster and more seamless. However, in regions with less developed infrastructure or limited access to technology, withdrawing money might involve longer queues at bank branches, reliance on manual processes, and potentially longer processing times. Security measures also play a crucial role in the timeline of withdrawals. Banks and financial institutions implement various security protocols to protect your funds from unauthorized access. These measures, while essential, can sometimes introduce a slight delay in the withdrawal process. For instance, large withdrawals might trigger additional verification steps, and suspicious activity could lead to temporary holds on your account while the transaction is reviewed. Account verification and compliance procedures are another factor. If your account information is incomplete or outdated, or if there are any compliance-related checks that need to be performed, this can definitely slow down the withdrawal process. Ensuring your account details are always up to date and complying with any requests for information from your financial institution can help prevent such delays. So, to circle back to our initial question, how long does money easily take to withdraw? The answer, as you can see, isn't a simple one. It's a nuanced response that depends on a multitude of factors: the withdrawal method, the banks or platforms involved, the time of the transaction, technical infrastructure, security protocols, and even your account standing. The ideal scenario, the one we all hope for, is the near instantaneous transfer of funds from our digital accounts to our physical wallets or to another account. And in many everyday situations, this is indeed the reality. Withdrawing cash from your own bank's ATM is usually a matter of seconds. Transfers within the same digital platform are often swift. However, it's important to be aware of the potential delays that can occur when dealing with interbank transfers, checks, or withdrawals from certain digital platforms. Understanding these factors can help manage your expectations and plan accordingly, especially when you need access to funds urgently. The financial landscape is constantly evolving, with innovations like real-time payment systems and advancements in digital banking aiming to make the movement of money faster and more efficient. As technology continues to progress, we can likely expect the ease and speed of withdrawing money to improve further. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.